Valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Now we have access to Sea Power, the naval sim. You guys have asked us if we'll do a 1-to-1 scale reenactment of the Dance of the Vampires chapter from the famous 1986 Red Storm Rising book by Tom Clancy. We've already done it in DCS. We did it here. We also did a modernised version, a 2020s version, what would happen if you had 2020s weapons in, and that was also very good. But today, we're going for Sea Power. In the book, World War III has broken out in the mid-1980s. The Soviets have pushed into Europe and have taken and are operating from Iceland in the North Atlantic. A coalition of US and French vessels have formed a huge 30-plus ship carrier strike group sailing eastbound in the North Atlantic towards Iceland. In the chapter, they are hunted down and attacked by a large Soviet aerial anti-ship strike, and the battle ensues. And we have that battle modelled 1-for-1 scale in Sea Power here. First, the geography, obvious stuff. You have United States there, you have Europe here, you have the Atlantic here. Here in the North Atlantic, bullseye and the carrier position are all set at the exact position as per the book, as per the time 0615 Zulu. And here is the tactical position of Iceland. Now, before we go into the details, we need to have a look at unit overview. To do that, I actually think it's better if we switch to the DCS version because it allows us to put graphics in which are going to help me explain the overview. So, the blue carrier group at 0615 Zulu on the day in question are centered 47 degrees 9 minutes north, 34 degrees 50 minutes west. If we first concentrate on the Soviet movements, and there were three phases of that. First, there was a regiment of Tu-95 RT recon aircraft. The regiment split east and bracketed north and south in a crescent at 500 nautical miles distance from the carrier group. There, and there. Their job, if you remember, was to intercept radio emissions from the carrier group, allowing them to classify and triangulate their position. That information is then processed and sent to the two strike groups. One north, if you remember, a decoy strike group, and the attack strike group to the south. The decoy strike group are spotted and classified by the Americans at 015 Zulu. So this is the time when I'm starting the sim. It's classified as Raid 1. Its position from the centre of the carrier group is 460 nautical miles at a bearing of 349 degrees, where we have it here. It consists of several regiments totaling 80 anti-ship Badger aircraft. Each have 2 AS-5 decoy missiles. They are missiles with a range of about 200 kilometers, and their warheads have been replaced by electronic warfare jammers. If you remember from the chapter, their job is to decoy and therefore pacify the American aerial defense. The second strike force to the south is spotted and classified very close at 130 miles of a bearing of 217 from the centre of the carrier group at 0634 Zulu. This is noted as Raid 2. Why so close? Well, if you remember, the blue AWACS were biased towards the predicted threat axis, which was from Iceland, so there were not sufficient coverage in the southwest, hence how Raid 2 got so close. It consisted of 70 Tu-22M supersonic anti-ship bombers. Each were carrying 2 AS-6 Kingfish supersonic anti-surface warfare missiles. And that was the Soviet attack. In terms of the Americans, the carrier group itself was spread out in a 60-mile diameter ring, shown here in yellow. It was travelling at 20 knots on a heading of 100 as per the book. It consisted, again as per the chapters and preceding chapters, of 1 US Nimitz class CV, USS Nimitz. Aboard her were 24 F-14A Tomcats in air-to-air, Intruders, Vikings, AWACS, and so on. As well as that, 1 US Forrestal class CV, USS Saratoga, with an almost identical loadout. As well as that, we had a French CV, the Folk, carrying Super E's and air-to-air Crusaders with other aircraft. Finally, there were 3 US Marine Corps LHA landing ships, which from memory they were going to use to re-invade Iceland. In terms of her escort, they had 2 Virginia-class cruisers, 2 California-class cruisers, 5 early Ticonderoga cruisers, 3 Oliver Hazard Perry frigates, and 3 early Spruance destroyers. As well as that, they had 10 auxiliary ships, and I don't know what types they were. In terms of the air wings and squadrons that we're going to model today, and that's critical, as per the book, there were 4 E2 AWACS up. I remember it said 3 were in a 200 nautical mile ring, about here, and wherever I put the other one, about there, and there was one near to the carrier group, and that will be that one there. As per the book, all 48 Tomcats were up and airborne, and it just said that they were in a rough line spanning 300 nautical miles. So I'll set them out in that rough line from here to here, about 300 nautical miles. Also, the French Crusaders were up, 12 of those in air-to-air configuration. It didn't say where they were, so I've just kept them near to the carrier group. In the book, there were various other support aircraft up, Vikings for air-to-air refueling, probably some intruders, but they're not critical for what we're doing, and I need to save resources in Sea Power and DCS, so I'm just going for what I absolutely need. And that's the overview. Now on to the details. So here it is back in Sea Power, pretty much the same as we had it in DCS. We have the Crescent Regiment of Tu-95 RTs here, performing the AEW. We have the 80 Tu-16K Badgers here, at the exact position where they're detected at 1615. They will be armed with not AS-5 Kelt missiles because we don't have them. So we've replaced them by AS-2 Kipper. It's the closest we're going to have. They're a bit faster than the AS-5, but in terms of range and operation, they're going to be pretty close. So in the book, each Badger had 2 Kelts. We can only fit 1 Kipper to each Badger, so we're firing half as many missiles and it will make no difference, because they're just decoys. They're going to head towards the carrier fleet. Now, they're not going to fire at the carrier fleet. If you remember, they kind of fired in front of the carrier fleet by several hundred miles. You know, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of miles here, pretending that they were firing long-range anti-ship missiles, which of course they weren't. Now, I could do that easily in DCS, but I can't do that in Sea Power. So I've set up a fake target. So just ignore this target. It's a Belknap destroyer and a miscellaneous Russian ship here, and that's purely to act as a target to allow me to fire the AS-2s. Otherwise, all units are as per the DCS setup. So, range rings, 500 nautical miles, you can see with these Tu-95s. The E2s are at 200 nautical miles there, and there. The F-14s should be in 12 flights, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, each a flight of 4 within this 300-mile diameter ring. The Crusaders are nearer the carrier group. We don't have Crusaders in Sea Power or DCS, so I've used F-4D Phantom, which equipment-wise I think is the same or similar to the Crusader, so I think they'll be pretty good for the Crusader today. In terms of the southern attack, they're starting at a distance. That means that they'll get to the 130-mile ring here at 0634 Zulu. So that's the time they get to that ring in the book and are detected. In terms of loadout, in the book they fired AS-6s. We've got AS-4s instead, the Kitchens, but they perform very similar to the AS-6s, so it's going to make almost no difference. All bombers, because we have the entire world this time, once they've performed their attack, will follow steer points to get them back to Reykjavik in Iceland. And that just leaves the carrier group. Sorry it's taken so long, viewers, but you won't believe how difficult this was to set up, by the way. I have lost a lot of hair doing this. Not that I've got any left. The carrier group split over 60 miles. Let's look at the formation. It doesn't say in the book exactly what formation they were in, or if it does, then I didn't see it. And I see this is now set wrong, so let me put that back there. So there. I've had a guess, and I figured what you would probably do is have your carriers in the middle. Sorry if I've got it wrong. So all 6 carriers are roughly in the middle there. The next layer, I've had my heavy cruisers. So I've got my Virginia and California kind of around this ring. My next will be my medium missile cruisers, Ticonderogas around this ring here. My next will be my ASW, so I've got my Spruance around here. My furthest out of 30 miles is the OHP ASW around here. And then I've got my 10 auxiliary ships. I've just used generic ships kind of back here, semi-protected by the various assets away from the threat axis. And that's it, viewers. You asked for Dance of the Vampires, and Dance of the Vampires you shall get. Let's press play and see what happens. Right, welcome in viewers. I'm going to pause it, we'll just explain what's going on. So we're starting on the blue side here. Now, DCS allows you to set a red side and a blue side, and allows you to just press go and watch them fight. In Sea Power, you cannot do that. Sea Power is a role-playing game, so you have to choose which side you're going to be and fight as that side. It's actually quite difficult and demanding. So I figured I want to make the best video I can, so I'll start the first phase, 0615, which is where we are now, to 0634 as the blue side, then we'll switch onto the red side for 0634 onwards. I hope that will give you the best balance. Quick look round in 3D, you can see massive spread. I asked you guys on the first video, why would they do such a big spread? And you guys said it's because of anti-nuclear warheads. If a megaton nuclear warhead, which were carried in some Celts actually, hit the carrier group, they need protecting, and distance is the only way to protect them. Okay, so let's get set up, viewers. Like I said, it's not going to be nice and simple and easy for me. It's going to be a massive workload. As well as that, I haven't tried this. It's almost impossible to kind of plan it and try it. I've tested the AI as best I possibly can and worked all the bugs and stuff out of it, but in terms of what's actually going to happen, we're just going to have to see. So let's see what we've got so far. Remember, everything is modelled very accurately in terms of radars, detection and jamming, and there will be lots of jamming today. So if I unpause it, see what we've got, a lot of stuff will be done in the tactical map. That's just how it's done. So we're starting to, with the blues here, we're starting to detect the Tu-95s in this ring around here, and this is almost certainly going to be the badgers that we're starting to detect. Now, the first thing they're going to do, if I pause, and we'll do lots of pausing today, you can see they're going to start jamming because they've got powerful jammers on, and that will mean that we won't be able to track them very well. So I'm almost at this point from experience now not going to bother worrying about the tracks. I know roughly where they are, I know it's an incoming vampire carrying flight. The first thing I'm going to do, as they did in the book, is to get the F-14s over there. Quickly as I can, viewers, but it's not very quick to do. So, F-14 Flight 1.
Contact faded. Track.
You head north.
Roger. Turn 002.
And head at your max realistic speed of Mach 1.6.
Contacts detected.
Afterburners on. Flight 2.
Air. Contacts detected.
That way.
Roger. Turn.
In real life, all flights were vectored, as you remember.
Contact faded. Track.
You hear when it says contact faded, that's where it's lost one of the tracks. So hence it's pointless starting to assign targets at the moment, because we cannot detect, we cannot beat the jammers at the moment. By the way, viewers, I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go. It may simply not work.
Contact faded.
The way we always do it is we just try it, we don't script it, we just see how it's going to go. Sometimes it works out great, sometimes not so great. You can see we've lost all tracks now, they've all gone. All the jammers are on. Right, task 1 complete. We should have 48 Tomcats after burning at Mach 1.6 towards... oh, wow, what's that? That's it, that's them. That's them, right, we can move that in there. At some point they're going to get close enough to our radar so we can burn through their jammers relatively reliably. I also noticed that we can't see the AWACS anymore, but we'll believe that, I guess. Quick look at the Tomcats. Each have 4 Phoenix, sorry if you can't hear me very well, 2 AIM-7s and 2 Sidewinders, and I'll move away from those afterburners so you can actually hear me. Quick look at the Corsairs, not Corsairs, the Crusaders for today, F4, the Tomcat. Back to the carrier for some peace and quiet. Right. So obviously in the book they were expecting the attack, hence having the air wings already airborne. Still heavy jamming. I'm going to do a test designation here. So, wow, that's a lot. In fact, let's go and have a look at them. I haven't had a chance to have a look at them yet. Wowee. 80 badgers. I'm going to do a test designation here. Sort of a classification. Let's see if I can. Okay, right. So I think we're in reliable detection range that we can start classifying these suckers now. IFFing them. Let's see how that goes. Because without doing that, you know, I can't attack them. I can't even shoot them. But if they're still jamming at this point, then they'll disappear and they'll be declassified and I won't be able to shoot them. So When we did this with DCS, we pushed it right to its limit. When we're doing it with Sea Power, we are 100% testing it to its limit. I can tell my computer is extremely unhappy at the moment, and I hope we don't get any crashes. It'll be a good test of Sea Power's programming. Right, let's check for errors. So, E2, what do I want to do with E2? Well, this is a scripted setup, so I want to do what Clancy did, and I don't think he moved the E2, so we'll leave the E2s as they are. Sorry if I've got that wrong. He didn't move the Crusaders yet, he just moved the F-14s. Here, you see this, look? We're losing classifications, look, because I just think the data's not good enough yet. Now, if that happened when a Tomcat was attacking, the Tomcat would probably just turn around and go home, so... You know, we need reliable data. We're not wasting any time, don't worry, the Tomcats are at the maximum speed heading towards them. Very different to DCS, because in DCS it's all set up and pre-scripted before you run it. Here, you can't really script anything, you have to set it up with basically intelligence, and you've got to control one side completely. It's a very different kettle of fish. You can see ghost contacts back here. No, they're still fading. Okay, let's just wait, be patient. Right, more error checking. Let's have a look at the F-14. So, Flight 1. Moving at a speed of 914 knots. That is Mach 1.6 at 37,000 feet. So, all is well. Alright, here we go. More. I hope they're not missiles. I hope they're not fired yet. Otherwise... yeah, and I have absolutely no idea whether that's going to happen or not, by the way.
Multiple air contacts detected.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man, look at that.
Multiple air contacts detected. New air contact detected.
Right, range. What's the range? Can't see the range. Can't read the ranges.
Air contacts detected. Multiple air.
Sorry, viewers, doing my best. I feel like I've classified 1 million tracks there. Look at that. 80 tracks, pretty much. So if I went there... F-14 to them, 182 nautical miles. So they're 182 nautical miles pretty much from the fake target where they fired at. What does that mean? Well, their range of their missiles is about 150 miles, so stuff's going to happen pretty soon is what that means. A minute to burn, so go back to the carrier group. So we've got CB there, Forrestal there, and it is actually a Forrestal this time. We've got Kitty Hawk is playing Folk because we don't have Folk. We've got 3 LHAs. I just realised I'm not moving. Oh, had it paused. Plonker, sorry. Virginia cruisers. We've got Tycho. No, that's not a Tycho. Yes, it is. Tycho cruisers. We've got Oliver Hazard Perrys. We've got... I've lost the Spruant. These are the auxiliaries I put in. Big old things. And their service as Spruants. Time 06, 19 and 37 seconds Zulu. Sanity checks. All is well. Let me draw a new line from the Tomcats. Oh, 155 miles. They're going to be in range of firing very shortly at 06, 19 and 50. Right, I think we've got enough data now that we can start assigning targets, so it's probably best if I just quickly pause so I don't get this wrong. So, if we start assigning, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm operating weapons tight today. Let's see how that works. You, no, we should do it unpaused. You, fight there.
Engaging track 713.
You, fight there. God, maybe it's best if I just put them free fire. Maybe it's... Because I can't designate every single... Each track is a different baddie. I can't designate every single baddie, can I? I think I'm going to have to go free fire. I'm going to do it. 1. Free fire. So if it works. Okay, so now I've told them all to use their own brain. They'll attack whatever they want to attack. I can't classify 80 targets for them. It's impossible. Range. 150 nautical miles. Range of a Phoenix is about... realistically, the type of model we've got here, probably about 70 or 80 nautical miles, I'd suspect. Probably not long before the hostiles fire their anti-ship missiles. Quick overview to see what's going on. So this is our carrier group here. almost all of our Tomcats have left now. Let's check what this guy's lagging. Yeah, they're doing it. They're just coming from hundreds and hundreds of miles away. So 0621 and 30 seconds Zulu. Hostiles 140 miles from first contact. Hey, we found our first Tu-95. Haha, 656 nautical miles away. That's an awfully long way. Okay, all Tomcats now pretty much past the carrier group. Checking distance, they are, wow, 95 nautical miles to the nearest Tomcat, I believe that is. 75 nautical miles distance. Strangely, from the blue side, no vampires detected, but the vampires are much smaller radar cross-section, obviously, so maybe I should move this AWACS out to try and detect them.
Roger. Turn 052.
Ooh, all the missiles going out.
Fox 3.
Phoenixes, 40,000 feet, 2,500 knots. Bandits. Ooh, bandits have turned away. They've fired the missiles and they've turned away. Those cheeky SOBs. That's going to mess with the Phoenixes. You know what? I was not expecting them to turn so soon. Except one flight which is carried on. Huh. I guess one flight didn't get their missiles off. Right. Oh, so many missiles in the air now. Look at all of that. Time, 06 hours, 25 and 26 seconds. Zulu. Oh, pause. Just heard the vampire call. Where is the vampires? Where did they find them? Where did they... Oh no, these are missiles! These are missiles! Right, more missiles being fired by this flight here. So, just to show you roughly what's happened here, viewers. I think about 70 fired their missiles and turned away. About, I don't know, whatever, 12 fired their missiles late and have only just fired them. All types of things are happening right now. And we've detected this first missile, probably from a Tomcat radar, who is at a range of... I think I know how the ranging works now. It's from the thing you've got selected. So if I select him... Yeah, that's how the ranging works. So it's from the thing you've got selected. So I've got 42 miles there now. Right, so hopefully they're going to fire at the missiles as well, like they did in the book. Yes, they are. They're firing at the missiles, look. Oh, that's a good way to waste your Phoenixes. Missiles about to be shot. Missile down. And a whole bunch of Phoenixes missed. Huh, how about that? Guess it wasn't worth its price tag. Lots of Phoenixes missed. More vampires. Oh look, that's why they missed. They were chasing after the ones that have run away. Huh. Why not? Oh, what's happening here? They're using sparrows now. They're using sparrows to shoot the missiles. Get those vampires. Remember, the Americans in the book thought that these vampires were long-range missiles going for the ships. Of course they weren't. Shot. Ooh, the missiles have gone for the other guys. Look, those tracks there. Oof. Vampires easily slipping by the defences. Alright, the last group of badgers have finally turned for home. For Iceland, sorry. Something's exploding up there. What the hell's going on up there? All the things are dying. Oh, the missiles have finally reached their targets. Funny. It's funny. Well, they're on their way back to Iceland. Oh, they're being chased by these guys, look. Probably not a good idea, mate. Can I recommend that you go after these guys? Here we go. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do want to chase these guys down. I was wrong. We do want to chase them down, don't we? These guys are going. Everyone else will go for them. Don't worry about it. Ah, look, one missile got through. Oh, 2 missiles. In fact, lots of missiles. In fact, loads of missiles got through. Oh dear. I guess that's a USN problem, right? There are any decoys, it doesn't really matter. That explains where all the missiles went, I guess. But these guys are chasing after them, firing missiles at them. Well out of ways. Oh, they fired all the missiles off. Idiots. We are 06, 30 minutes. Amazingly, only 15 minutes have gone. This guy somehow survived. Oh, no, he didn't fire his missile. Woot, overview. No backfires spotted yet, obviously. Crusaders still doing Crusader things. All Tomcats, you know, at least 100 miles north of the carrier now. Still, the missiles haven't been taken care of. Dudes. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. They're going for this fake target anyway, so I'll just let them get through. Oh, here come the Phoenixes. All the Phoenixes fired. I reckon they've got back. What do you reckon, viewers? Do you reckon they've got back to Iceland? If you know what I mean. As in, they're going to survive. Oh, look, they found a Tu-95 up here in the North Atlantic. Someone needs to go and shoot him down. I'm going to designate him hostile. Picked him up on the Tomcat radar. About 15 miles behind. To Iceland, it is. Another 900 nautical miles to get to Iceland. There they are. There are the Badgers. 70 Badgers, all running back to Iceland. In the view of things, viewers, there's the Atlantic. Oh, look at that. Found someone down in Africa. Huh. There's our battle. There's Iceland. Oh, they're making a turn. Look at that. They're making an evasive turn. I didn't program that. I programmed them to go all the way to Iceland. Well, who would have thought, viewers? They're re-engaging. Time is 06 hours and 33 minutes. One more minute before the one more minute before the guys get detected. This is raid 2. Well, one just got shot down, I think, or maybe that was my eyes. Look, they've turned him back into combat. No, just one flight. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's just one flight. It's gone out as a decoy. They've caught them up. They've caught them up. How did this guy get so far ahead? Pause, viewers. Unfortunately, we've just hit 063400, which means raid 2 is about to be spotted, and I promised I would change sides. So, a summary at that point. The great thing is, the Tomcats, unlike the book, had enough fuel, or most of them, not all of them, but some of them actually, some of them had enough fuel to chase down the escaping guys. I know that was done later in the book by F-15s, I think, before they got back to Reykjavik. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, it's time to change over to the red side. Welcome in, viewers. We are 0634 and 13 seconds. The 70 Tu-22s have just been spotted. I just paused there, 130 nautical miles south of the American fleet, which is now in blue. In red. All Tomcats are 600 miles north with the fleeing Tu-16s. There are still 12 F-8 Crusaders around here. It's going to be that group there and around there, as well as some residual AWACS. The first thing we need to do is to give our guys some orders. So let's go and designate the ships as hostile. Now we have to decide, because we're on the red side now, because I wanted to show you the other side of it, how we're going to do our targeting. Now I know which one of the carriers, but I don't think they would know realistically which one of the carriers. They can probably tell the difference between a carrier and a frigate at long range, but certainly not large ships. I don't think so anyway, you know, hundreds of miles of range. Let me know what you think. So I guess I'm going to scatter missiles pretty much all over the fleet, which I think is pretty much how it happened in the book as well. That will probably do. Right, I'm going to do it unpaused. I don't like issuing big orders when it's paused because it tends to go a bit funny. So if I unpause, engage with AS4, salvo 8, I don't know, backtrack there. Pretty impressive. I'll have another salvo of 8, engage with backtrack there. Try and cover as many tracks as I can. This guy's engage. That guy there. Already losing count. This is going to be a total of 70 aircraft, 140 vampires. Whoa, look at all those missiles. Right, has anyone got any missiles left is the next question. Let's have a quick look around. You guys. No. You guys. No. You guys. No. Alright. All 140 missiles out and in the air, believe it or not. Right, in terms of 140 missiles, viewers, well, good thing is, it hasn't crashed the server, so that's good news, right? AS4s playing AS6s, as far as I'm aware, they look identical and they operate very similar. We're up to 60,000 feet, 2,000 knots, and there is a curvature of the Earth. Wow, look at that. 140 missiles coming in. Oh dear, as Baby would say. And Baby knows all. No missiles out yet. I've double checked and they are set to free fire, so they absolutely will defend themselves when they see fit. I'm surprised they're not fired already. Maybe they're overwhelmed, I don't know. There we go, there's defensive fire. Out it comes. Viewers, I'll give you 31 vessels trying to defend themselves from 140 period accurate vampires. Vampires diving in, here we go. Defensive missiles coming up. looked so impressive. I thought I just had to shut the hell up and watch it, which I'm sure you'll appreciate. Sorry about my bad voice today, although viewers. Everything's been sunk. I'm not sure what to say about that. Sunk, 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 sunk. Basically everything that I targeted sunk was sunk. It's a very different outcome to DCS. And DCS, the missiles did get through. There's no doubt about it. But not most of them. Probably about, I can't really remember. It was over a year ago. I think about 30% got through. Here, or let me know if you know differently. Here, I would say about 60% of the missiles hit the ships. So the Aegis in sea power seems to be much more limited than the Aegis in DCS, which I guess, you know, may well be realistic. Who knows? I certainly don't know. But it certainly looked amazing. Look, missiles still blowing up all over the place. What a crazy sim this is. 80 Badgers, 70 backfires, 44, I think, Tomcats. God knows what happened to the Crusaders. I don't know if you can see them anymore. Or what happened to the backfires? Oh, the backfires got jumped. Let me know your thoughts, viewers. Obviously, this is all very new, and it's all very, very different to what we're used to. Very different. In every way possible. Ooh. We didn't escape, viewers. We didn't escape. The Crusaders were all over us like cheap suits. Damn the bloody French. So viewers, let's summarise. I know that took ages, but it was also pretty cool, right? That was really difficult to put together. I really struggled with it, but I'm glad I did it. I don't particularly want to do it again. What happened was, as per the book, the decoy badgers came in and they successfully decoyed 44, 48 Tomcats. Although they paid the price, by the end of it, they've probably all been shot down now. So well done. Look at this flashes. That's weird, isn't it? That's the afterburners. Blue afterburners. Then the attack flight came from the south. As per real life, it launched 140 supersonic anti-ship missiles. In the book, I remember most got shot down. Here, most got through and hit the carriers and, well, basically sunk most of the fleet. It's probably an ineffective fleet now, I imagine. Bear in mind that they were trying to, reinvade Iceland. The LHAs are now blasted, so. And then the Crusaders / F4s, Mark II jets, caught the backfires up and obviously tearing them to pieces. That's it, viewers. I don't know how to improve that, really. It's the best I can hopefully show it. I hope you enjoyed that, and bye-bye.